Hey gang, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I'm going to bring you a video today. I found a long time ago, I mean, this has probably been in my stash for about 15 years or so. I had made something out of it at one point, several years ago. And the more and more I looked at it, the more I was just like, you know what, it's time for that to get a change, and I need to do a video on it because it's so cute. It's just a ceramic cup and saucer, and then this is a Dollar Tree candlestick holder. And I had already put this together, so that's why we're not doing the part of the video that shows me putting this on here. You can watch one of my other videos where I put these on my sugar jars. It's the same process. It's just painted, and then I kind of just made it look a little antique by putting some brown, just dry brushing some brown in there and making it look rustic like the cup and saucer was, because these were already like this when I bought them. But like I said, I put this together years and years ago. So it's been sitting in my stash for a long time, and I absolutely love it. I love cups and saucers. That's kind of been one of my thing over the years. I used to collect them, and now I have a whole collection of cups and saucers that are all packed away, and I'm not doing anything with them. So this one was not one of my collection, but it is something that I've been wanting to do something with for a long time. So I have some flowers and things. I don't know if I'm going to use all of these or not. I put together a little bow to use on it. And so we just have a few things here. It's not going to be a real long project, so I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to get into this one just right off the bat. I also have this pretty little bird, one of my birds, that I'm going to put in it. What I need to do is I only have one more of these little white birds left, and I love them. They don't come like this. I added feathers to the bird to make her tail and wings a little fluffier and longer because I like a fluffy bird. So anyway, that I did a while back. I started putting these together because I was going to sell them. But I really enjoy using my birds in my projects, and because I don't have but the two left, I decided to keep the two that I have and use them in my videos. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on this, and we'll see what we come up with. I think it's going to be really pretty. I have some ideas, but we're just kind of going on the fly here. So anyway, the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to use some of this trim. I love this trim. This is the last piece of white that I have. And I love this trim because it's very elegant looking. It's very simple, but it looks really elegant in your projects. And then I also have some of this trim that I'm going to be using that I get from Kiki's sale. And if I'm being honest, I'm not exactly sure. Somebody gave me this in Happy Mail, and I want to say it was my friend Carol that gave me this, but I'm not positive. So if I got that wrong and you're the person that gave this to me, let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure that I right my wrong. I'm going to get things wrong as time goes on, and you've given me Happy Mail. It ends up getting into my main stash, and then I do sometimes forget who gave me what. So that's why I try to recognize people when they give me my Happy Mail, so that I make sure I make those acknowledgments. But let's go ahead. I'm going to put a piece of this around the neck of the candle holder, but I want to make sure I do this the right way. There's going to be a front and a back. And I'm going to put the handle to the right of me when I'm facing it. So I'm just going to measure this and cut it and get this little piece on there first. And I want to take my little lighter here, and I'm going to burnish the edge so that it doesn't fray. And I'll do the same thing to the other side. There we go. And I think I'm going to turn this to the back side. So this will be the back, and I'm just going to stick it that way. There went my scissors. And there we go. Easy peasy. Okay, so that's just on the neck of the candle holder. Let me turn on my other light and see if that helps you guys. Sits right there. And then I think I'm also going to put some of this around the center part of the teacup here. So let me just cut this off again as soon as I get my scissors off the floor. And let's see. And we'll burnish the end. I'm just going to start it at the handle there, and I'm just going to put the glue on the trim here so that it doesn't harden too fast while I kind of get it around here in the right spot. And let's see, I'm just going to put, I think I need to cut this a little bit shorter. I cut it a little bit too long. It's still a little bit long, and I don't like the way that burned. I don't want it to be brown and look like it's been burnt. And there, I just put a little dot of glue on the end of that, and there we go. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do, there's already some foam in here from before because it had something on the inside of it, and I just decided to go ahead and leave that there to fill in that cup. So I'm just going to put a whole bunch of hot glue in there. So that I can lay this on top and just kind of push it down. And I do want it to kind of hang over the edges of the cup, but not a lot. So I'm just going to kind of put a little glue on the edges and just sort of press it in a little bit, but yet make sure that there's a little bit sort of hanging over. Trying to keep the strings down. It's hard when you're working with this Spanish moss because it tends to want to stick to your fingers if the glue comes through while you're trying to stick it down. This stuff can be quite messy at times, but this piece is actually pretty nice. It's pretty together. And I always try, when I'm looking for Spanish moss, I always try looking for the bag that looks like it's stuck together really well. So, and this one looked pretty good when I bought it, so. think I bought this when I was making my pumpkins for my son's centerpieces at, for my daughter-in-law and my son at their baby shower. So, I love using Spanish moss in projects. I think it really makes stuff look nice when you're working with flowers and things like this. So I will almost always, if I'm doing some kind of a floral arrangement, I'll almost always put some Spanish moss in there. So that's what that looks like. It looks really pretty. And now I'm going to start putting flowers in here. Or actually, you know what I do want to do? I want to put this bow right here at the handle, and I want to get this on there now. And then work my flowers around it, because I always find that I wait to put the bow in and then I'm really fighting to try and get it in there without upsetting everything else. And this is just 2 pieces of organza. I used a very thin piece of pink and then a 1 inch, it's like a 1/2 inch of the pink and a 1 inch piece of the white organza. And there we go. I just wanted the bow on there like that. I think this is going to really be super pretty, you guys. I'm excited about this. Okay, and now I'm just going to start going with my flowers and putting them down. Wherever I see a good spot. And this piece has a big piece of wire on it. Oh goodness. I didn't realize I still had that big piece of wire stuck on there. I'm just going to cut that off. Get glue all over the place, and there we go. And I'm going to kind of have it tipping over the side here. I just love floral arrangements in teacups. I think it's so pretty. And we're going to go over a little bit with this one. Just like that. And again, sort of tipping over the edge there. Like that. I'm putting in my big flowers first, and then I'm going to work around these. And again, I don't usually get too many of the giant roses, so I think that I have used all of my big ones now. Let's see, this one's a nice size. But I think all of my biggest roses that I got in my last Happy Mail package from Kiki's sale, I think I'm all out of them again. And like I said, I do go through these quite quickly because I work so much with the pink roses and stuff doing my Shabby Chic stuff. So I do go through them quickly. And so I've got that one on the back there. And I'm going to build the other ones around these. I know I can tell already I'm going to need more. And I think I really need more white ones. And I think I've got those in my other basket here. Sorry, you guys, about the crinkling of the plastic. Can't believe I'm almost out of my white flowers now, too. I feel like I have to apologize to Debbie because I do go through them so quickly, and I always feel like she feels like she has to completely stock me up every time that I run out, and that's kind of not cool. I want a white one in the front here. Right there. And I love these green and pink ones too. These are so, so pretty. These came from Kiki's. All of these roses came from Kiki's that I'm using in here. And then I have a couple of her little white carnations too. And let's see. I'm going to do a green and pink on top. I want to make sure that my front side is exactly how I want it. And I think I'm going to be fine to get both sides actually exactly how I want them. But this is the way I like to build my floral arrangements. I like the little bunches that are all tight together. To me, that just looks so elegant. And let's see, we're going to go with this green and pink one off to this side. Right here over the edge. And this way, see how we've got the moss kind of peeking out in different places? I may end up putting a couple more pieces of moss in there just to have it poking out. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do these last few roses. Gosh, I feel bad. I'm using up all of my pretty roses, but you know what? This piece is going to be well worth it. I'll get more flowers, so I'm not going to worry too much. And you can see I'm putting a good amount of glue on each one of these roses because I really want them to stick here. And I'm having to stick them to each other. And this pink one, or do we want to go with white? We need the pink one back here so that it takes up a big open space that I've got in the back here. And I need to take this off kind of to the edges here so that the petals stick to the petals of the other flowers. And then, let's see, so see we've got that completely filled in all the way around. And let's see, I want to take a couple, oh, I was gonna take this little lace piece. And this is an old piece that I've had forever. I know I got it from Debbie over at Kiki's a long, long, long time ago. But I was thinking it might look pretty sort of hanging off the edge here. Just kind of streaming out. I'm not sure. So I'm going to have a look at it and see. I think it looks really pretty, just kind of coming off the edge there. So I'm going to go with it and put it right there. I think that looks really pretty. So that's that. You can see it's just kind of streaming over the edge. And then what I think I'm going to do is put a couple of these smaller roses kind of coming off the edge of the cup as well. Not too many, just a couple. Just got those two right there so far. And then, I'm thinking about, whoops, I'm getting off camera there. I'm thinking about maybe a couple of these little carnations in a couple spots too. They look really lacy and pretty. So we're just going to pop a couple of these in. Right there. And I've got some of my, also my little rosebuds. And again, all of my roses and flowers are from Kiki's sale. I love these buds because these are great for any arrangement that you're trying to make. And I don't know, I think I'm going to put these right here in the center of the handle of the cup. But I need to twist them a little better because I can see I twisted them and then I started to untwist them. I was turning them the wrong way. Okay. And we're just going to pop those right there, and I'll show you as soon as I get them glued in. Right there. And then I'll put one of my small pink roses. Do I want to go pink or pink and white? I'm going to use my pink and white, just to cover up the stems of the rosebuds. So that's what that looks like. There's my handle right there. So you can see that really does look super pretty. Oh, I love it. This is gorgeous. I was thinking about putting some purple in there in a couple of spots, but I think I'm going to leave that out. I'm not going to do that. I do have a couple of little tiny purple and white rosebuds here that I might just pop next to this, because this is almost a purpley pink. And I'm thinking maybe if I have a couple of those little purple rosebuds just kind of coming off of it, that might be pretty. Maybe if I have them coming this way. No, I'm gonna go off to the other side right here. Coming right out above this little pink one. And then maybe one kind of off to the other side too. I think that looks pretty. And this one I accidentally pulled it totally off the stem. I never do that with my rosebuds. I always make sure there's still some stem left on those, but I accidentally pulled it completely out when I took it off the bunch. Okay. All right, and then I have one of my pretty lace butterflies that I make, and I think I'm gonna have her coming out here somewhere. I'm gonna wait on her because I also have a couple of other things I want to put on here, and I don't want to overdo this. And I will probably use the butterfly, but I just want to make sure. I'm gonna Mod Podge this little piece of embroidered lace down here at the bottom. Let me see, let me find my edge here. Right down here in the center. So I'm just gonna put some Mod Podge on there. In the direction that I want this to go, which is like that. Just get some more right there. Ugh. It's trying not to stick. I don't know why. Oh, it's probably because this surface is a little bit slick on this candle holder. Because, yeah, that just does not want to stick there very well. I think what I may have to do is take a little bit of, let's see, maybe a little bit of hot glue underneath there. And then once that Mod Podge dries, it will be fine. It'll be stuck down there really well. But the hot glue will help it to stick for now and stay close to the surface there, which is what I need it to do in order to finish adhering. Ugh. And there we have it. It came off. I've never Mod Podged lace or embroidery to anything, so maybe this is the wrong way to do this. I don't know, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to hot glue all the way across, and I'm just going to stick this down, and I'm not going to touch it. There. Of course I put it in the wrong spot, you guys. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? Okay, last try. Well, you guys, this is not working. So we're going to scratch that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll put our little butterfly down there. That looks really pretty. That's what we're going to do. That's why that happened. It just wasn't meant to be. Actually, I think the butterfly looks better. So there's my center. And the butterfly is sticking very nicely. Okay. So that's what that looks like. Very pretty. I'm always turning in the wrong direction, you guys, because when I look into my camera's viewer, it's the opposite way of what I'm seeing, and so I always go the wrong way the first time around. Okay, we don't need any more of that. We don't need our lighter there. Let's see. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my little bird and I'm going to put a little piece of this trim here around my little birdie's neck. And we're just going to go like that. Make sure I get the right amount here. Right there is where we're going to cut it. And so I'm going to take the center here and I'm going to decide where I want it to go in the center, and then I can pull it out from there. right there. Okay. And then I'm just going to pull it around to the back, figure out where they're going to meet, and glue these edges down. If I can just get my hands on it. There we go. Okay. That looks really pretty on the front of the bird there. And I'm not going to overdo this bird either. I don't want to put too much on it. So that's really all I plan on doing to the bird. And she's going to sit right here in the front and just look pretty. So let me get a good amount of glue on her bottom side. And these birds, I really like them. They actually have feet on them, and most of the time when I get these birds, they don't have feet. They're just flat bottoms, you know, styrofoam. And these are styrofoam birds that I have. I have sold actually a few of these birds. Everybody seems to really like them, and I do too. But I just didn't want to get rid of my last two. I've got some other birds here that I want to do some stuff with, but I may sell a few of them and keep some for projects. Let me show you. I've got these little birds, and these are like more like natural looking birds. These kind here. And so I have some of those, and I thought maybe I'll put a couple of those in my store so that if people want them, you can see they have a way more natural look to them. And they're very, very pretty and nice to use for crafting. I love using birds. And these, the more realistic they look, the better. But in this case, I just wanted the white, the dove, because I knew she would be really pretty with the flowers and stuff, the pinks. I am going to glue just in the center here of this white trim. I'm going to glue some of this pink trim around it. Just to kind of highlight that bottom section a little bit more. And I didn't glue it in the center, so I am going to put just a dot there and move that up on there. Okay, there we go. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my glossy accents and we're going to sparkle up these flowers a little bit. So give me just a minute. We're just going to, whoops, we're going to squeeze this out, and I will sprinkle some glass glitter around it, because I do want to go with the clear glass glitter on this one. I'm just trying to stay as light as possible with my colors on this to really give it that true shabby chic look. This is going to take a minute to get this all over these flowers. And I will definitely put a link for the glossy accents so that you guys know where you can get it. This is what I am using instead of triple thick. I'll use this, or I'll use resin. And then I also have some clear glue If you just want to use some clear glue, that'll work too. You just paint it on your flowers and then sprinkle the glass glitter over it. This just provides a little bit stronger finish to the flowers. It hardens them a little bit, kind of like the triple thick did. It just gives them a little bit harder surface. So it just strengthens them so that they'll last longer. But this does take a minute to get all over the flowers, so I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can, but not so quickly that I'm sacrificing the piece. So it is about, in my neck of the woods, I'm gonna say it's gotta be about 107 outside. Yeah, it's really, really hot. So needless to say, I have stayed in the house. Tomorrow is my day. I've got to go to the post office and get all my packages mailed for my Etsy shop. So anybody that has bought stuff from my Etsy store recently, your packages will be going out. And actually they may have already been long gone by the time you see this video, because I don't know what day I'm going to be putting it out. This is Thursday, and so the packages are going out on Friday. So I probably shouldn't say that, because you never know when I'm going to get these videos out, and I find myself saying things like that and I think, oh gosh, the video didn't go out for 3 days after that or something, and here I've put out this information and it's no good anymore. So I need to stop doing that. So anyway, I'm going to the post office tomorrow and I'm going to mail packages. I don't know if yours will be in there or not. Because I don't want anybody to think that if they order tomorrow that it's going out in tomorrow's mail. So yeah, that wouldn't be cool. Because I generally, when I go to the post office, I try to go first thing in the morning, especially in the summertime when it's so hot like this, because it's supposed to get even hotter over the weekend than it is now. So that makes it rough. I do not like running around when it's 107 to 110 degrees outside. But that's what you get when you live in Southern California. Lots and lots of hot weather. Gosh, these flowers seem never ending. Okay, time to get the twinklets out. Where did I put that? Where did I put my twinklets? I definitely want, oh, here it is. I definitely want to use this glass glitter because I have determined that it's better than the Floracraft, in my book anyway. And so I'm trying to use this glass glitter in everything that I'm doing. And I don't have a scoop here. Once again, let's see. We're going to use a large tongue depressor. Normally I would not worry about this, but I should be using something to scoop this glass glitter every time I use it. And I don't want you guys to think that it's a great idea to use your fingers to do glass glitter, because it really is not a great idea. I do it, but I've been doing this for years and years, and I've had really good luck with it, and I haven't cut myself. I mean, I've had a little piece stick me a time or two, but not to the point where I, you know, couldn't get it right off of there. And let me just kind of lay it over here so that I can get these ones in the front. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side, just kind of tip it over and get into the areas that we didn't get from the top. And it's okay, I'm getting a lot on there, and that's okay too. You can see I've got it all over my table here. Normally I would scoop that up and or have it drop onto a napkin and then I'd pour it back in. But I have learned that with glass glitter, if you do that, you better not have anything sitting on your table or your paper towels, because if you do, like this pile here, you'll have it all tangled up in the glass glitter, and you'll have dust specks and specks of threads and other things, and your glass glitter will not look good. And you don't want to use glass glitter that's got other glitters and things like that in it on a white project, because you'll ruin it. So now I'm just going to take my fingers, and I am going to use my fingers for this. I'm going to tap it down on all the flower petals, just so that there's not a whole bunch of splinters sticking up on the edges of the petals, because that doesn't look so pretty, and it is much nicer if you just tap them down and get that glitter looking good, because we didn't just spend all that time putting it on there for it to look bad. And I want to put just ever so little bit on Miss Dove, a little bit on her little necklace. And her chest a little bit. And for that, I am using my fingers. think that is it, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like. Okay, there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? She turned out really, really pretty, and I'm super happy. I want to turn this light off a little bit so that it's not quite so bright. There we go, and you can see it's full of sparkle. Maybe that light needs to be on to get all of the sparkle. I'm not sure because I can't, the camera is so small that the viewer that I'm looking in is so small I can never tell if you guys can see the glitter or not, but it's all over those pretty flowers. And our little dove in a couple of spots. And then there's what the butterfly looks like on the bottom. So let me set it down and you guys can get a good look at it. That's the finished product, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I super enjoyed doing it. And this is one of my very prettiest projects, I think. It just is so elegant looking and so shabby chic and feminine and all those good things all wrapped up in one. And I just hope you enjoyed the video because I really enjoyed doing it. And I enjoyed bringing this cup and saucer back to life again. It really turned out nicely. To all of my subscribers, I thank you very, very much for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you and all that you do for me and my channel to keep me going. Thank you to all of you who have been donating supplies to me. I do greatly appreciate that. And those who have donated in other ways and shopping in my Etsy store. That's huge, you guys. Anybody who's been shopping in my Etsy store, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate your support and your just the fact that you keep coming back, and that's important to me. One of the best things that a crafter can see is that somebody's coming back and they're repeating. They're coming back and it's repeat business. And so if I get repeat business, then I know I'm doing a good job. So that is important to me. But anyway, make sure that you leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. And also, what else? If you're not already a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll get notified when I do future videos. I will post pictures of this at the end of the video. And one of the other things that I'm going to start doing, you guys, is I'm going to start posting pictures of my subscribers' projects. So if you send me pictures of your work, you can just PM them to me, a private message, and I will make sure, if it's okay with you, to put your name on the picture so that I can show everybody what my subscribers are doing, because man, they're doing some incredible work. Some of them are doing way better than I do, and that makes me happy. If I had any part in inspiring them to do their pieces, that's all I need. I enjoy that, and I hope that I can get people up and get them crafting and inspire them to do their own projects, whether it be the things I do or if it inspires them to do something else or maybe a big twist on something I do. That's awesome too. So anyways, you guys, this is our finished product for today. Thank you all again. Blessings to each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. God bless.